The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the A Show, where we're going to ask the question everybody wants to know this time of year, and that is, what the hell happened to gym etiquette? OMFG. Like, are these like bros learning to work out on YouTube, and they just never worked out in a real gym, so they don't know the unwritten rules. Honestly, these rules need to be written. And you got these corporate gyms that suck ass. None of them back anything up. But we'll get to that in a minute. By the way, you don't own the equipment. Do not get on the equipment and scroll. Okay.
Rude.
Yeah, don't. The equipment's not a library book you've checked out for 2 weeks, motherfuckers. Get off. Okay, we're going to get to that, okay? But we have a bunch of different things to cover this week. This is not live, although we might be popping in to say hi, because theoretically I'm away this week. I'm trying to get out of it, though. So
What?
where I'm going is going to be 3 degrees in an unheated house. So I'm not so sure about that.
Well, you can find some warm pictures of her, I'm sure, on Patreon.com.
That's right. I will and have been posting those. Patreon.com, April Hunter. And I was looking earlier. It looks like gold has gone way up. Thank you to Tony Arterburn. Huh?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thank you to Tony Arterburn for sponsoring the show with Wolfpack Gold, Wise Wolf Gold.
Yes.
And for warning us, 2 years ago, what was going to happen to gold and silver. Hopefully you all took our advice. He actually went ahead and bought the URL, aprilhunter.gold, to make it easier on everybody who wants to get in for all my peeps here. Awesome. So hopefully you were smart enough to do that. If you're not, get in now. It is not going down. So aprilhunter.gold. That is Wolfpack Gold. Get your monthly gold and silver shipments right to your door. If you decide to do a recurring buy, use the code 1776 for some free constitutional silver. Wise Wolf Gold and Silver Exchange is veteran owned, American, and it's not.
Do it.
It's not some place that you can't get a hold of. You can get everybody. You get real people on the phone if you have any issues. Not that we anticipate that at all, but yeah. So thank you to Arterburn for giving us a heads up on what was going to happen. If you want to stabilize your finances for you and yours, definitely aprilhunter.gold and do that. So one of the things we were talking about last episode was the quote, "Forgive yourself for not knowing what only time could teach you." And I said we would get into this a little bit later. And where I am right now is called Florida. Florida's fully participating in winter. So forgive yourself for not knowing what only time could teach. So before we are wise, we are first young and stupid and reckless. And I mean, how many of us beat ourselves up for the things we've done, or the people we used to be, or the ones we've left behind, or the bad breakups where we did the terrible things, or we didn't end it right. We cheated on somebody. We walked away. We became a roadmap on how not to live a good life, at some point or another. So at some point you have to forgive yourself for not knowing, I mean, what's your opinion on all of that?
Yes, I agree with that. So, once upon a time, as you grow up in your 20, I don't know, teenage 20s, whatever, you screw up a lot. We all did it, human beings, right?
Yes.
You say things to your parents or siblings you didn't mean, all those things. You can go back and you can apologize. You can learn from that, hopefully.
An apology does go very far.
It does. And a meaningful one, not just like, sorry. No,
or not sorry. No, an apology. An apology does
an actual apology.
Yeah.
Yeah. and in time too, when you go, let's say, people in school, you go to a class reunion. We all don't like going to class reunions, but sometimes there's a person that maybe you remember that you did something to in school. We have those, right? Maybe, or maybe the person that did something to you wants to see you when you're there just so they can apologize too, or say, maybe I shouldn't have shoved you in the locker that day, or maybe
that person needs to be reminded
that.
that they did something to you.
There's that too. So anyway, I agree with that. And you know what? You should forgive yourself because we were kids, we were stupid. This is how you learn. This is experience, right? Life experience. It's what you do with it later, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I was going to say something regarding that too. And I lost it. I hate when that happens. It's like there. And it's like, boop, gone. Yeah,
Was it what I was saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. Yeah, I was saying an apology goes a long, long way. It's crazy, and telling people what they mean to you matters too, or
Mhm.
that you have come a long way. And that's part of making the 12-step program and making amends. Some people will
Yeah.
accept it, some people will not. But as long as you try, right? As long as you
Yes.
try. So. Would we have listened? Would we have listened? There are many of us got into relationships with or married people, right? I know
That was reaction. Sorry.
where we were warned not to.
Mm.
In some cases, some of us were written entire, 8-page novels by our parents. Like, this is why you should not do this. Please, I'm begging you not to do it. And we did it anyway. Would we have listened? Or my case, I was told by so many other people or the wrestlers, don't do this stupid shit off the top rope. Don't wrestle like that. You're going to hurt later. You're going to cripple yourself. Don't try and, what are you trying to prove? And I'm like, you're just a bitter old wrestler. Just because you can't do it, I can do it. Well, now, I wish I'd listened. So, would we have listened to ourselves? Advice to your younger self: don't do that stupid shit off the top rope. Stop trying to prove something.
And okay, so if enough people tell you the same thing, fucking listen. So whether it's marrying somebody, whether it's jumping off the top rope, if enough people tell you, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should think about it before you do it. At least think about it and give it some substance. There's a reason why they're telling you that.
Substance, some weight.
Sorry, substance. I don't. People should know by now. I don't speak
Pennsylvania.
Sorry,
I do it too.
Butcher.
I honestly think we do stuff a little bit wrong in this country. I don't know, maybe other countries too, but I think that we wait when we're dating somebody. We wait for a long time to introduce them to others. Our friends, our family, siblings. I think that's a mistake. I think we should introduce them early on before we're attached to this person. So if there are all kinds of red flags, your friends and family can be like, oh, that's a walking flaming red flag. Get away from that person. Instead of waiting, like 6 months, like, I can't introduce you to my mom yet. You should literally tell your parents, like, I'm going to bring this person around and I want your honest judgment. If you trust your parents, if you trust your friends to have your best interests in mind, you should bring them around early. Before there's like the whole, invested love. Of course, people aren't banks. You can't really invest, but it's like, you don't need to stay because you put an investment in somebody. They're not a freaking bank. You're not losing. I was going to say you're not losing your life savings, but you might be.
Yeah. Yep.
But you should definitely consider bringing them around a lot earlier before there's a lot of time spent and words uttered that start with L.
Right.
I don't think we should do it the way that, wait 3 days to call her. I don't think we should do that. So.
Yeah, that's we don't think about those things when you're young. You're just often, ooh, my, I'm so excited, and all those things. And there's the experiences from that. So you're a teenager, and in my case, I bring somebody home, or the father's there to meet, the person,
Mhm.
and it can go all wrong. It can chase them off. You like this guy, right? And you want to go out, you want to have a good time, but then the guy's scared shitless, or because your dad put the fear of God in him that he's going to be a dead man because he's a walking Italian military guy, looks like he's going to kill you. Or the next time that person comes over, he's acting like some weirdo because he's dressed up in funny clothes and you didn't see that coming. You turn around, he's in different clothes than he was 2 minutes ago. That was my dad and how I had to deal with that stuff. So
Oh.
I didn't bring people around if I didn't have to in the beginning, because I didn't know what kind of person my dad was going to be. So he wasn't consistent enough for me to know if he was going to be the military, asshole fear of God, or if he was going to be the crazy person in a weird hat that night.
Yeah.
As I got older, he was more consistent. And then there's somebody like a family member, I'm not going to bring it up on here, that dated all those people that siblings chased them all off. The good guys chased them all off. So then she thinks you ran away. Then you think she thinks she has this good guy who comes, she takes over, everybody approves of, because he's got the glasses with the tape. He is actually that nerd, that picture nerd. And all these years later, wonderful kids, and he wasn't the picture perfect nerd, but he did treat her well. So there's that. But was it the right person? I don't know. We'll never know. But you got beautiful kids and stuff out of it, I guess. So, but pass the family test.
Some of them are good. Some of them can pass the family test very easily.
Yeah, the one I married did too.
Yeah. Yeah,
4
exactly.
Years, 4 years, then married, then the 5th year, nope.
Yeah, I watched this thing on like how to tell if you're dating a narcissism or dealing with a narcissist, right?
Oh,
and there was a visually how you can visually tell. I'm trying to remember. One was eye contact. There's a very weird thing with the eye contact. They don't break eye contact almost like it's a challenge, like they're trying to dare you. Like,
yeah, I've seen that.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I have seen that. Now I understand those things. In your 20s, you don't. You just think
no, you don't. But
paying attention.
Yeah.
And then,
the other one is if you push back on anything, they get real flustered and belligerent and start losing their shit a little bit. So
yes, I know that now.
Yeah.
But okay, so sometimes you have to learn life lessons though, right? So even if you didn't listen, sometimes you're meant to go and learn those lessons. So would I've changed my mind? I don't know, but I didn't listen and I did that. And apparently I needed that life lesson, right?
Yeah, that's true. Everything's a lesson or a blessing. And all the lessons are blessings as well. So ultimately everything's a blessing, right?
Yep. How about you? What do you say on that?
I don't think I would change much about my life. Everything's gotten me to where I am now. There might be one or two things I would tweak or alter. Like I said, not maybe jumping off the top rope as much. Wrapping up more because it's easier to prevent an injury than heal it. Little things that I would tweak. Not doing certain photo shoots or letting photographers push me into things that I really didn't want to do anyway, that they would make money off of and I wouldn't. Things like that, but I wouldn't maybe change the trajectory or the path.
Okay. That's good insight.
Yeah. And I would have said no more often too, I think. I was a people pleaser, so I said yes too much.
I understand that.
Yeah. And I would have not done that, I think.
Well, hopefully they all take that advice.
Yeah. So speaking of pleasing, how's everybody doing with the Christmas challenge? Are we doing the 3 letters or phone calls or texts a week with gratitude? Letting people know you're grateful for something they did or who they are, because I have an additional thing to add to that.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. What do you got?
Waving and saying hi.
I have. So, I've been doing that a lot.
Yeah. So when you pass somebody, wave and say hi. When you're standing in the lines at the store, say hello. When you're getting something from the, when you're, instead of doing self-checkout, go through regular checkout, talk to the cashier, say hello, say thank you to the bagger. Thank you for bagging my
Mhm.
groceries or whatever. Say hello, say please, say thank you, talk to people. When you're walking through your neighborhood and a car passes by, even if they don't wave back, wave. It's
Mhm.
contagious. So
It is.
I waved at the cars in my neighborhood for a year before anybody waved back. It's very unfriendly. Then now everybody waves at each other. So wave with no expectations.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There's
And
for the people on here that go to work and work with people. I, I don't know how to say that. Anyway, the ones that go to work and work with people.
versus
So
the
I find
aliens. So this is not for the
right
people who work with aliens.
or work
It's
from
only the
home
people who work
or
with people.
Zooms, whatever.
Oh, okay. Are you
So
talking about people who work with other human beings,
other human beings
not remotely?
physically, right? Not remotely.
Right.
So, like for instance, when I go to work, I mean, sometimes in the morning there'll be 15, 20 people in there. I make sure everybody I pass in the morning because I make it a point. Hey, good morning, something. Hey, what's up? Something. I make contact, hello, wave, whatever. And I've
Yo,
always
what's
done that.
up? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué tal? How you doing?
If somebody's busy and I
How
can't
they
make that
hanging?
contact, I'll circle back and still say something.
Hmm.
Even if it's 5 minutes later, hey, I didn't get to say good morning. Hey, how you doing this morning?
Oh my
Something.
God, you're annoying.
I might be, but it's infectious and I fucking do it because if not, it creates an environment. And being a manager for all these years, I realize it creates an environment when you don't do that.
No,
But
actually, you know what it is? It's nice that you do that. You know what it is? People are seen.
yes,
People are seen. You let
they
them
should
know
be
that they're
seen.
seen.
Yeah.
So, and that's what it does. When you wave to somebody, when you say hi to them,
Hmm.
you're creating a connection. You're letting them know that they're seen.
Yeah.
So
And
don't
even
just
when I
go
walk
through
by
life.
customers, yeah, that are
Don't
that
just
way.
go through life like this.
Yeah.
Actually say hello, wave.
And the young kids in the stores that like when I walk out in the front in the retail area, sometimes there'll be a customer out there. Hey, how you doing? I might not be able to help them and say, oh, somebody be with you, whatever, because I'm on a mission doing something. But I'll see sometimes the kids that are working in the store don't acknowledge the person and they'll walk by and do something. I'll kick them and I'll nudge them, say hi.
Mm-hmm.
You got no matter what, if you're busy, doesn't matter. Say hi. Walk
Yeah.
by, acknowledge. Hey, how you doing? Just keep walking. Because you can't attend to them right now, but still acknowledge. Even if they don't speak English, doesn't matter. Everybody understands
They know
universal
hi.
smile, wave,
Yeah.
something.
Everybody's yep.
Just a smile. Nod.
Universal language is smiling and laughing. And
No kidding. Yeah, I did that today, and a guy actually lit right up and just like,
yeah,
somebody spoke to me.
yeah.
I ended up
Yeah.
helping the guy because nobody else could understand what little bit of Spanish that is. Anyway,
See the Spanish classes.
yeah. Well, I was laughing to myself because anyway, yes. Go ahead. What else we got? We'll circle back to
¿Qué
that.
onda? ¿Todo bien?
No, he actually just needed an oil change, but nobody else
Okay.
could help him at the counter. He was a older guy. He came up with his phone.
Mm-hmm.
You just with a picture of Castrol, and I said, "Yeah, he's like filter. I said, okay,
Necesita filter.
yeah." So yeah, trying to get a car out of him and stuff. Tristan was just like, "Well, I don't know what to ask him." I was like, "Car,
You really do need to learn more than one
vehicle."
language in this freaking country.
And then he told me, what year it was, in Spanish, but I knew it. And Santa 13 or whatever we said it was. And so, we got through it.
Mhm.
And he goes, I wish I understood that. And I said, it was pretty simple, Tristan. I said,
Mhm.
you can pick up some of that stuff. Because a
Mhm.
lot of it's the same as English. So anyway, it was nice. We got it checked out and got him out of there. And I made Tristan the sale. So, but anyway, it was nice. It made the guy smile and got him out of there with something simple. Anyway, it's cold.
Mhm.
I'm freezing. I got a blankie on me.
Mhm. Got my head warming up.
That's a cute hat.
It is. One of my friends, well, it's like fan friends. I have like this group of people that started out as fans and kind of crossed over into friends because I've known them for so long. So at this point, they're like, I know them. So I call them fan friends or friend fans or whatever. He got this for me for Christmas and I like it a lot. You got me that light up corgi that's in the house too. Little corgi butt.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that corgi.
I know, me too. It's like stained glass corgi.
I saw he moved. So
He did. I put him right in front of the window. How much is that doggy
Yeah.
in the window? So
yeah, right next to where the corgi barks. It gets in the window
Yep.
too.
Yep.
So what else do we have?
A lot.
Okay.
Let's cover some of the things you wanted to talk about.
Well, I saw something interesting about the Toyota and tracking. I think I put the article out there, and you shared it as well. Just informative information about when you have a car. So we all want to save money on car insurance, stuff like that. So sign up for these programs to, hey, if you select on your app about your insurance, let's say just State Farm, Progressive, doesn't matter either which one. If you turn this app on and we can to see how your driving is, you'll save so much money a month, or you get a check back at the end of the year, however it works. So you sign up for this program. Well, it accesses maybe your car, however the system works. I'm not 100%. Bottom line is, locally in Florida, this actually happened. A guy signed up for Progressive. Toyota, his Toyota actually picked up his GPS. So however the settings were from his car to Toyota's and that he was driving, picked up the signals. His signals were sold. So his tracking was being sold to company, just like they sell your driver's license and every other history out there. He unknowingly selected all that information was okay when you were selecting that.
You're just trying to get through it, right? You're just like TOS, yeah, sure, whatever.
Service. Right. So he agreed to all this, and it was unknowingly. So he actually is suing them. State of Florida has picked it up. It's going to be a very large situation. So please go in and check your settings. Just be aware of what you signed. Go in and look at your terms of service, because you unknowingly could be getting tracked all over the place. And guess what happens? Let's say you're in a domestic situation. Is that really going to be used for the good? Can that actually come out and hurt you in the end?
It's like the flock cameras.
That's where I'm
the
getting
biggest issue with the flock cameras is that is able to be somewhat public can access it.
Right. So what happens if you have a stalker?
Right. So you have a flock camera on the street, you can access it and watch somebody every day, go get lunch or watch them do whatever. And you can look for your ex, you could stalk somebody, you could watch kids, you could watch, they can access them where these flock cameras that are pointing at, playgrounds and stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of, they're putting them everywhere. We're becoming this surveillance thing for safety. They always wrap it up in one of these two bows, it's usually one of three, but no, it's two actually, for your safety or for the kids. Which bow do you want which bow do you want to get rid of these rights and wrap it up in? For your safety, terrorism or whatever, for the kids, let's keep you, protection. Yeah. So everything. So
check your GPS rights on your car. On your car that you have the driving screen. Check your settings. Where's that information going? Do you have it turned on all the time? Do you unknowingly, because your phone connects automatically, where's that information going?
Check. And it's pulling information from your phone.
Yeah. And there's that too, because your phone is connected, which is your contact list, which means your text messages.
A decade ago, the sale of your information surpassed all the oil sales in the world. This was before electric cars.
Imagine what it is now. So speaking of tracking, and can I tell about that other story real quick for the tracking and stalking? So it kind of wrapped in together when I saw the story the very next day after the Toyota thing. And this was another local story that was picked up, that a young gentleman, this is a 22-year-old young gentleman from the local area, that he had dated this girl, had just him and this girl had this brief sexual relationship for, who knows how long, a couple years back. Well, they ran into each other on the street, in a restaurant, whatever, one day. It was like, hey, it was nice seeing each other. It was very cordial. Great. He runs into her again, recently, shortly later. And he's like, oh, man, I'd really like to reconnect with her. So instead of maybe traditionally reaching out to her some other way, he gets in his mind, let me go to Best Buy. I'll pick up a tracker, stick it on her car. Well, I can run into her this way. And in a way, I see the gray area. He was thinking, I can chance run into her again, and I can see her in person and try to.
Let me make it seem like it's organic.
Right. So I could kind of see where his thought was, but
Oh,
he
what a
found the tracker.
coincidence.
Maybe he stuck it on poorly. Maybe it fell off in a driveway. Who knows? Her not knowing where it came from, she contacted the police. The police found out where it was bought, tracked it back to him. So they didn't go see him. They waited until he showed up. And she was at a restaurant. He showed up organically to meet her. Oh, sorry. Nice to run into you. Boom. They arrested him.
Organically.
Yep. And it's a felony. You cannot do that. So
imagine, oh my God, imagine you're at this restaurant and I'm at this restaurant. We should eat together.
Yeah. So I understand his thing. And so they arrested him, took away. Why'd you do this? Blah, blah, blah. And so, because she's told the police what had happened before all this. So, and he was just like, he was innocent about it. He's like, I just picked it up because I wanted to run into her again, blah, blah, blah. And well, they slapped him with a felony stalking, all these things. It got reduced, whatever. But he can never go to that town anymore where he lives because of this. He's got kids, has to stay away from her. They both live in the same area. So anyway.
So they can't actually organically run into each other.
No, because now he's got a permanent, thing. Right. He can never organically run into her or have a sexual. I never had a sexual relationship with her, but he can never do those things. And then on top of it, so think about this. Okay. So he's getting a charge for doing something like that. But yet you click on something on your phone, they sell your shit, and that is legal.
And they follow you. It's interesting.
They follow you.
Right,
but
right.
Not illegal.
Like, how's that legal? But what that guy did was not.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like double.
Because it's corporatism. Because of what's legal for thee is not for me. So what's the corporatism? People think this is capitalism. This isn't fucking capitalism. This is corporatism, which is one of Mussolini's tenets of fascism. When the corporations run government, it's corporatism. So if we actually had capitalism, you'd have more than one choice of an electric company, but you have one. Yep. One. That's it. So, and they will charge you whatever they want for their kilowatts per hour. So that's all you get. You could always get solar if you want, but that's not going so well.
Oh, yeah. I pulled that up too.
Right. So
you want me to talk about that real quick?
Sure. I just fed it to you.
Yeah. So April brought this up and I was like, oh my gosh. So what was once the world's largest solar power plant of its type appears headed for closure.
But it was a giant solar farm, right? It was a massive farm in California. Yeah, this is an 11-year-old solar farm. It was one of the first of its kind. It is terrible looking. They just ripped apart farmland for the solar
in the Mojave
farm.
Desert.
Yeah.
What I didn't know about this was interesting too. So 11 years after its opening, it's under pressure from cheaper green energy sources. Meanwhile, environmentalists continue to blame the Mojave Desert solar plant for killing thousands of birds and tortoises. The solar plant formerly opened in
why don't they see what the windmills are doing?
Oh, I know. Formerly opened in 2014 on 5 square miles of federal land near the California-Nevada border. I didn't know it was federal land until tonight, by the way.
Yeah, BLM. Management.
Though it was hailed at the time as a breakthrough moment of clean energy, its power has been struggling to compete with cheaper solar technologies. This is how they're selling it: cheaper solar technologies. It has agreed with the owners to terminate its contracts if it's proved with regulators. Blah blah blah. It was supposed to be sold, and so they're going to start closing it down in 26.
In a desert couldn't make enough solar, and in 11 years, it's outdated.
Yeah. So what you were telling me, and I saw this, was from when the turbines were too old, the piping's too old, the panels are coming apart, and one thing that you had mentioned, and I started looking into, was that the panels, what I would say, along with killing the birds and the tortoises, the construction destroyed irreplaceable, pristine desert habitat, along with numerous rare plant species. The Sierra Club strongly supports innovative clean energy solutions and recognizes the urgent need to transition away from fossil fuels, but this does not demonstrate a renewable technology created equal.
Yeah, there's a difference between clean energy and renewable energy.
Right.
We should not get them twisted. Okay.
It's also very poisonous when these panels go bad, by the way.
Yes. So windmills are renewable energy. They are not clean energy.
Right.
Because they kill too much around them. And the frequency that they give off absolutely destroys a lot of life around them. So that's why we're seeing so much marine life killed, just entire fish kills, and all these mammals like whales and dolphins showing up dead, and they don't know why. Because have you heard what a windmill sounds like off the shores? It will make you want to kill yourself.
And windmills on land kill birds.
It's a high pitched whining. It's a high pitched sound. We were on a boat parked next to another boat that was it had windmills on it for power. I was like, what in the fuck is that noise? I could not wait for them to leave. I was like, I could not live with that. So when they said that it was, they started, more and more evidence started coming up that this was what was killing whales and marine life. I'm like, I can see it. Because everything's frequency. We're realizing more and more that things are frequency. We have weapons of sound. We have weapons of healing. We have frequencies of healing. So, and it's interesting if you look at NOAA, NOAA, it's in their contract that they cannot harm marine life and wildlife. So they cannot admit that any of this is true. Environmentalists will tell you it's true, but they can never admit that because they put all these windmills and things in because their promise was to never hurt marine life or wildlife. So they're stuck where they cannot admit that it's happening.
Yeah, it was just so the wind turbines on land are estimated to kill 1.17 million birds annually just from the windmills, the turbine blades alone. Yeah. Now, that does not include the sound it emits and what it does to the frequency of the bats and other things that are affected by that only track.
Protecting them.
Right. And then on the turbines, in order to stop some of the bird kills, they have learned that painting one blade black does help with the visualization for birds. But that does not stop the fact that how much it costs to put a turbine up, how long it takes for the energy to actually offset the cost of having one. It's years for one turbine, the cost to actually, replace what they put into it to get back on their money. So it's like making a 20-year lease, but it's like, I forget what it was, 5 or 6 years minimum in order to get the money out of it. And on top of that, and how many birds and deaths involved for wildlife that it can cause. So it's not worth it, in my opinion. And it's been fought against from the beginning. So.
It's bad. So if you ask AI or anything on Google, it will say 0 known whale deaths have been linked to wind turbines or related construction activities by scientific authorities. Now, here's the thing. You can't follow the science. You have to follow the money and then question the science. Full stop. But if you go on Bergen Record and on Real Climate websites, it will tell you dead whales are a result of wind turbines, not ships, and NOAA must acknowledge this, NOAA. So because they're out there doing testing.
Yeah.
And they're exposing it. So it's funny how you'll see it.
Yeah, you really got to, and again, that's where if you look on other website or other search engines outside of Google,
72 whale deaths since December 2022.
Yeah, I'm sure it's more than that.
Safe and effective.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look under, you find more info on DuckDuckGo, and then you find even more info if you look under Brave.
Oh, and this was written in 2023.
Oh.
So that's 1 year, 72 deaths in 1 year.
And that's what they found and what they know of and what they've been able to prove back to that. So anyway, it's interesting to see that happen, that how the reverse California is taking on that. And I suspect we're going to see more of that, because even some of the farms, they put in a farm not far from here, and it was such a big deal with Duke Energy. And from what I'm seeing, that has never paid itself off. So, and everything I've read about it has not paid itself off too. All it did was upset the landowners, the people around it, and cause lots of issues. The one thing that I do think is an idea that has always been a good idea is the buildings that already exist, these big tall buildings in the cities. That's where those solar panels that some companies, corporate companies, have used to benefit is to put those solar panels on top of their own buildings to offset the cost in their own buildings. So that I always thought as a good, smart idea instead of wasting. Like I see so much waste at work every day, an amazing amount of tree loss and paper, stuff like that. That there's so much waste. So anyway, ideas are thrown out there.
Yeah.
What else?
Also, I wanted to add that NOAA refuses to conduct a programmatic review to assess the impact of incidental harassment authorizations on individual species. So they won't conduct the testing. So therefore, it will keep coming up that there have been 0 whales linked to wind turbines.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, this is what happens when you live in corporatism.
Right on.
So whenever you hear something, but your gut is telling you something else, or your vision is showing you something else, like scientism has become that new religion. Trust the science. No, don't fucking trust the science. Science can be bought, paid for, manipulated. Don't ever trust the science. Question the science. Science always wants to be questioned. It begs to be questioned. The only reason we got to where we weren't spraying DDT on kids is because we question the science. Always question the science. Follow the money.
Right.
Follow the money. Follow the silenced. Question the science. So it's people. There's a certain group of people that have turned to like cult-like about science. Studies show is the biggest lie you'll ever see. Who paid for these studies? What is their parent company? What interest do they have in the result being a certain way? What contracts have they signed? So
people don't look into that, and it's public information. They could easily,
but they don't go that deep. I go that deep.
Yeah. That's exactly why you do what you do.
Yeah, I go that deep. This is nonpartisan. The show is nonpartisan. Yeah. All that stuff is nonpartisan. You go deep with this stuff. Otherwise, don't say studies show until you have.
And where do you
all
put
the
most of your info like that? Do you put most of it on X? Where do you put most of your info?
Oh, it depends. It depends. Depends on how burned out I am. It could be Facebook, could be X, could be here. So it depends on how interested I am in a story. Like I went all in with the humanized rats, humanized mice. Did that whole story. That was really interesting with the labs, the FDA labs, and the Planned Parenthood. It's like, oh, Planned Parenthood's buying body parts, baby aborted fetus parts. Nobody was saying why and for how much. Like, why? So then you link that to the abortion laws, and who's doing it? Who's buying it? FDA labs that want to develop more and more drugs because they can't test these drugs on animals. You have to test them on humans. So they humanize the mice and the rats. Now, the FDA labs everywhere buying aborted parts, aborted fetal tissue. They roll back the abortion. You cannot have the abortion up to 12 weeks anymore. Roll it back to 6 weeks because 6 weeks, it's small enough to fit wonderfully into a rodent. Because if they really want to get rid of it, they get rid of it the whole way, right? 6 weeks is not enough time for a woman to even know she's pregnant. A lot of times you don't know. Some women's periods, they're a week late anyway. And then one more week takes you another week to get an appointment or something. You're at the 6 week limit at that point. How would you even know?
Yeah. Sometimes people don't know till it's the second or third month.
Well, that's pretty long, but I would say 6 weeks is definitely you're cutting it like where, unless you're actively aware that you could get pregnant or looking to get pregnant. If you're a busy person not paying attention, you could go 6 weeks and be like, oh shit, I'm like 10 days late. and we not even realize. And by that time, your cutoff is like, boop, you got 3 days. So if you wanted to have an option or choice.
Right.
So.
That's a lot to think about there. Yep.
It is. But, you know, there's that. I don't know how we got into this topic, but hey.
Well,
yes,
I asked you, where do you post a lot of your stuff? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I wanted to, dig into a few things over the next few weeks, for after Valentine's Day, on some of the topics that they brought up that when we were digging into the things from last week on the human experiments. And I would like to dig in a little bit to the maids for that Canada's been doing and what's been going on with the maid with the organs and the updates on that, because that is really blowing the hell up.
Yeah, we got a lot of feedback on that one. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, the maid thing is crazy. We should do the history of that because it's a brief,
I've been kind of poking around with that
history. And if we're going to do that story, we should also dig into the Chinese whistleblower. Who was letting people know about the live organ extractions happening in China and how America is one of the biggest buyers. And that how he fell off a building and got killed. So also something to pay attention to. I know we're programmed here in America to automatically hate the Chinese. We should not hate the Chinese, okay? It's like hating Americans. We are not our government, and Chinese people are not their government. CCP is different than Chinese people. So bear that in mind, the programming to hate Russians or hate Chinese. They're just people just like us. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's all.
What was the other thing that they brought up to last week? I was just going to look into. Anyway, I'll go through my notes.
Who's they and
telepathy files.
Oh, the telepathy tapes.
Yeah, telepathy tapes. That's what I wrote down. I can't spell very good. Apparently, I was getting tired at that point.
Yeah, you could look up the telepathy tapes, or you could look up Ian. Oh my God, what's his last name?
Yeah, I've got it written down here. I found it. Okay, so I'm going to go back.
There's a summation of the telepathy tapes from Ian something or the other, where he goes into an entire conspiracy theory about it that could hold some weight. The difference between a conspiracy theory and truth is about 6 months these days. So his theory is interesting and involves intentional creation of non-speaking autistic kids by design for a reason and a specific reason, and it has to do with telepathy, has to do with the military industrial complex. So if you dig into that a little bit, it's very, very interesting. So just look up telepathy tapes summation Ian, it should come up. I know they put it on the Internet Archive just because they thought it was going to get pulled.
I think Linda Martucci is very fluent in that. It might be something that we could talk to her about, having her back on to talk about telepathy files.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I thought if you would like, and if the viewers like, we could put something together for after Valentine's Day, a little in each show of some of these topics that they brought up as well. And then LED technology to go through as well. So you had some things to go through tonight. So what you got?
I watched something. We could go through the the lack of gym etiquette that's happening, or we could talk about a theory that I saw earlier. Let me see. Hang on a second. We can play a video on Tesla and the reality of frequency, or we could cover that one later. But this theory that I watched earlier, and I'm probably not going to get it right, but it kind of hit me because all around me, I keep hearing people saying they're tired. They feel burned out. They're tired. They're burned out. They're tired. They're burned out. I don't know if you guys are hearing this as well. And I feel that too sometimes. I feel overwhelmed or tired or just burned out. And are you running into that?
Yeah, I know I feel that way too, but I am hearing it from other people as well. Yeah.
And I'm seeing so many theories right now. I mean, one is that we've had a Earth rotation toward the sun, and there's a lot of solar flare activity. And we've just had a solar storm last week, which would be for us when we're taping this yesterday. And these kind of geomagnetic storms, they affect us. Another is that HARP is experimenting again. Now, this is, let me look this up because I'm afraid I'll get it right.
I was reading some of the comment stuff you sent me on that.
Yeah. So
talking about.
They keep telling people that we're going to see the northern lights, all these northern lights that we're seeing. So I don't think that's true. I mean, why now? Why all of a sudden are we seeing northern lights this year?
Right.
So what we are seeing, there's a HARP technology. This falls under the weather modification and the cloud seeding and all of that some people refuse to think exists. I mean, honestly, you don't even have to dig deep. You can find it. So HARP, H-A-R-P, stands for the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, which studies the ionosphere, the upper layer of the Earth's atmosphere. It uses a powerful radio frequency transmitter to temporarily excite small areas of the ionosphere for research purposes, primarily to improve communication and navigational systems. So what we are seeing, and this is on the science pages too, it is saying that we're seeing light glow, extended light glow from the HARP experiments that have been going on. So we're not actually seeing northern lights. So northern lights tend to be moving. They tend to be, I think they're mostly blue and green. What we're just seeing is like a pink and purple glow. So I don't know why they feel the need to keep lying to us repeatedly. They must really, really think we're that fucking stupid. But I'm pretty sure we're not that fucking stupid. So even though you probably know that something's not right, you might feel it that things aren't right. You might not know what it is. I mean, what do we know? We know that we don't always know. But
right,
I'm pretty sure that we're not seeing the northern lights, and that is, as they said on these pages, it is the glow from the HARP system, which they try to produce an auroral glow.
Seems like they're doing a good job at it because people are seeing shit all over the world.
Okay, auroral.
They never saw before. Denmark, Netherlands.
Yes, no, America.
No, I know, but I mean, it's all over the world too, not just here.
America.
People reporting it they never saw before.
The United States does not see the northern lights. You can see it in Western Canada, but not America, not Florida, not Alabama.
No, Washington, like northern states, Alaska.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you can, but not here, not the southern southeast. So yeah, question things. If you've never seen it before, if it's never happened before, question it.
It's like having snow in frickin' Cuba, I mean,
just question things.
Okay.
So one of the things I was going to tack onto that. Sorry, I just I just started thinking. I'm like, oh my god. One of the things that tack onto the back end of that is: are we tired, or are we just in mourning?
Okay.
So, of the life we thought we had, of the world we thought we knew, of the things we were so sure of. What? Even 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, we thought we knew things. We thought we could count on things. We thought things were pretty direct and simple. Right. We lived under, I don't know if directive is the right word, but it seemed like a simpler maybe existence where we could rely on blue being blue and red being red and white being white and black being black and gold being gold. And now up is down and down is up and inside is inverted. Everything's weird. right? So
Right.
this entire world that we thought we knew, that we thought we could count on, is something else. And we have been, it's like taking your world and shake it up. It's like, I don't know. You know, all of a sudden everything is questionable, and it feels like at any minute the lights could go out, the electricity could go out, everything could be, you know what I mean? And I think that's where most people have that feeling to some degree. And I feel like there's a little bit of a mourning for the simplicity of before, where you had friends. You didn't know their political or care about their politics. They didn't know or care about yours. Everybody didn't get offended all the time. Things were funny. Life was simple. It didn't matter. Things didn't matter as much, right?
True.
Everything didn't feel so heavy. We used to put memes up all the time about holidays and just funny ball busting stuff. And now everything, you go online, everything is like politics and the world's going to end and this, that, and the other. And I just wonder if it's not the case of us being in mourning for what we thought we knew, for the life we thought we had, for the world we thought we understood, more than being tired and burned out. It's like a confusion of, where do I fit in? I don't understand this. Do I go for what's next? Do I go for it? Do I do what I want to do? Or is it, with AI and different things, like what's happening now? Or do I just sit here and go, oh, I don't know if I should make the effort to do anything? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was reading some statistics about that, of people that they survey in the workplace now compared to what it was.
Is climate change going to destroy everything? Is AI going to destroy anything? Do I do anything? Should I do? Why do we even go?
And
why
that's
even go
what's
to the
happening.
Gym? Why should I even go to the gym?
As people are just existing,
Yeah.
instead of moving jobs or changing things or spicing their life up, because they're being complacent or just going with the flow or just going for a paycheck now because they don't know what else to do. Or their loss of happiness, or well, if you're not motivated to go do anything about that, like it was 6-7 years ago, when we had this comfort of, we knew where we were in our skin, we could go do this, we could go do that and feel free about it. All of a sudden we get this thing that they're telling us what to do and how to live, and not being able to go somewhere, and we have to have this, and all of a sudden this fear and
Papers, please. You cannot work.
And then now digital ID and all these things are forcing on us nonstop. Well, now we still have the fear there of either the paychecks or this or that, or we can't be educated and go out and get another job. We can't go back to school, or we can't afford to do things because some kid might take our job, or they don't know what to do either as young people. There's this, that, and there's so many dynamics. Or they can't leave the house. They don't want a driver's license either, because they were forced not to get their education finished because they were in the middle school too. So they have different problems that we had growing up. There's so much dynamics.
This is where knowing history helps.
Yes.
The more you know with history, the more you realize that everything stays the same.
Yes, I agree.
The more that changes, the more it stays the same. So
what do we do?
This is why I think they don't teach a lot anymore. This is why this is why people aren't reading. People don't know history. They're rewriting history. This is why it's important to know history. Because if you follow it, if you really dig, if you talk to people, if you really read the books, if you go to the museums, if you really study history, it will calm you down so much, because you start seeing patterns. Industrial revolution and all these things. You're like, okay, this has happened before. We've been through this. Everybody ended up okay. We're going to be okay. We've been through this pandemic. We've been through this revolution. We've been through all this before. We're going to be fine. Just keep going.
Find the happiness in the little things.
Do it. Go do it. Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing.
Find happiness. If you can't change jobs, find the happiness in that job.
Yeah. Because the
I was telling somebody about that.
the certainty we thought we had, it was not actually certainty. It was the illusion of certainty
Yep.
that was created. We never really had certainty.
Make the best of it. Go outside, get some vitamin D. Do what you can. You know, it's
Yeah.
cold out. You can't always do that. It's freezing right now, right? But you know what I'm saying? You know, there's things you can do to still spice. So, do you want me to continue with that statement, or you had other things to
No,
add
go
to
ahead.
that? Of, you know, winter blues, it all kinds of goes together right now because it's tough right now. There's a lot of snow. There's a lot of weather change going on. At
We've
least
been
in
going to
America.
museums.
Yes. So
You can go to museums. You can get like museum passes and stuff. We've been going. It's been really interesting.
and you don't have, there's a lot of ways to go if you can manage to take a half a day if you work where
Sometimes
you
they have
know,
museum nights too.
they have museum nights, or they have, if you live local, you can get passes for cheap if you go within your, you know, you can get state passes. If you have if you happen to be on food stamps or know somebody, you can get discount passes that way. You know, or you can, like, for instance, you can have a
Snap card lets 4 people in for free, or
Right.
$3.
And also too, if nobody you know has that, you can also belong to one museum, and sometimes you can get into 2 or 3 other museums
Yeah.
for free or discounted. So there's all kinds of different things to do. And what we've been doing on, because I'm off on Fridays, is we've been using that because there's less people in the museums on that day. Is we've gone
Theoretically,
to-
there's fewer people.
to-
Not so
yeah,
much
to-
at the
that
Dolly
was
Museum
last
this
month.
past week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, I've not done this. I know April's been to some of these museums before, and so it's interesting to hear her opinion on how some of that's changed. But I've learned so much going to these things and just getting out of the house, out of our head, off the phones. Mind you, we took pictures. That's one thing. But I can't wait to go back and do more, because it's just, you know, it's cold out. Well, you can do that when it's hot out too. You can still go to museums, get air conditioning. You go there and stay warm. I can tell you it was freaking hot as shit in that in the Dolly Museum. But you know, it was a cheap day. It was a great day. We had fun and we learned a lot of shit. So
Yeah.
history.
Yeah. So
What's your thought?
no, it's true. Learn some history. Learn the real stuff. Talk to people. Talk to older people who have lived through things, and
Well,
talk to a variety of them. You know.
We also talked about it. Well, if you can't get out of the house, there's online things you can do. If you're snowed in,
Honestly, yeah, you can, but I would pick up real books, because code.
well,
has
there's that
changed
too.
now.
Let's say, like, for instance, like Chris was saying, he's
I
not
don't
into-
trust the online thing anymore, because people are changing history, and I don't know.
Oh no,
what
no, I'm not
trust
talking
them.
about that in history.
Oh.
I'm talking about, like, if you want to interact with people, but you can't get out of the house because it's a winter storm.
Oh,
like that.
okay. Facebook. Go to Facebook and look up the events. They do regular and online events, and then also look on meetup.com. They do regular and online events also.
A lot of it's free, where you can still do
Yeah.
either Zoom things, you can connect with people.
And go to maybe try a gym. Everybody should, go to a gym. Look at some classes.
YMCA,
Yeah.
local centers, family centers, community centers. They do things where you can get out and you can take a Lyft if you have to go, or an Uber, so you don't have to drive if you don't want to go out and drive in that kind of weather.
Don't be that person at the gym.
Yes. So tell us about that person.
Oh my God. All right. So what in the shit happened to gym etiquette? I mean, seriously. Okay. I don't even. Okay. All right. So there's certain things that people don't seem to know. It goes way beyond wiping down your equipment, way beyond that. And by the way, why is everybody wiping the seat down? Are you shitting?
I don't know. It makes your ass wet.
Yeah.
What
Are you
the
shitting?
fuck?
It's for females. This is not good for us. We don't want wet seats. Wipe the handles down. Okay. It's the
stuff you touch.
It's the stuff you touch. Everybody wipes the seat down, and they never wipe the handles down. Are you fucking retarded?
And some people are wiping stuff down. Some people aren't anymore. What is going on with that?
I don't know.
Do you know
I've given up. Honestly, I went to a gym for decades, and nobody wiped anything down, and nobody got any problem. No, there's never any problems. So I'm like, screw it. Unless I actually leave an imprint on a machine, I'm done with it. So I still will wipe the what do you call it down?
The handles. And
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
So here's the issue. All right, people are sitting on machines forever. 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 Okay, this is not a library where you've checked out a book for 2 weeks. You do not own the fucking machine, okay? You do not scroll while you're on the machine. You get 3 seconds to change your song, okay?
Mhm.
If you're on any more than that, get off the machine. I think we have the right to drag you off by your hair or
Right.
your ear. So you do not be that person. That is so self-centered.
It's
Just do
rude.
not. You're in the gym to work out. That means move. Okay. If you need to take rests because you're doing heavy weight, get up. Let somebody else work in. So the amount of people that you will ask if you could work in, and sometimes they say no. What do you mean no? You cannot say no. It's literally in the Geneva Convention. You cannot say no. You have to let people work in. Can I work in with you? It's just a theoretical question. It doesn't mean, can I work in with you? It means move over. I'm going to work in with you.
Right.
So you can't say no, or you should expect some something back.
There you go.
Yeah, expect something. Okay. I don't know if it's coming in the form of somebody's going to stand over you and glare at you the whole time. Or if they're going to get the manager, or they're just going to wait for you the next time and throw you off of the treadmill. But something's coming back to you if you say no.
Right.
And that karma is not going to be good. All right. Do not sit on a machine. Do not say no to working in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You just do not work in. Okay. So I'm on a machine and a kid comes over. We have like one pec deck in the whole gym.
Which
So
I don't fucking understand that.
I don't
Anyway,
know. Because our gym is stupid.
You're not the only gym that has that issue.
I know. Kim. The kid comes over and says, "How many do you have left?" And I just started. I'm like, "I got 3, but you can work in." And he turned and walked away.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just like, what do you think? You're going to get cooties? Like what?
Yeah.
Like
Jesus.
does not play well with others. I just want to put a label on people and slap them on the back. Does not play well with others. Does not know how to share. Is a self-centered jerk off. Like she's up her own ass. Yeah, like that's what you are if you are this person. Okay. And here's another one. When you're at the dumbbell rack in front of the mirror, do not lift dumbbells at the rack.
No.
Okay. Because other people are trying to get the dumbbells at the rack too. When you stand there in the mirror and you're lifting the dumbbells at the rack, you're literally blocking everybody.
I saw somebody do that at the gym. We were there.
They do it all the time. You know what I do? I go over and I fucking hip check them. I do. I literally go over while they're in the middle of something. I go like that. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get these right here." Because you should know. And sometimes the only way that you know is when some chick comes over and fucking hip checks you in the front while everybody else. So, and I strongly encourage other people to do the same thing. Please check these fuckers, because not speaking out, letting them get away with this bad behavior. No, they're going to continue until somebody schools them. Do not let this behavior happen. They're turning our gyms into a shit show. It's not acceptable.
We were doing abs the other day.
Yeah.
And there was a guy sitting there doing that. He's doing this, and I'm watching him. And then he drops them right on the ground, right in front there, almost hits his own foot. And I didn't say anything at the time because we were finishing up. And I'm like, "You dumbass. Not only are you being stupid doing that right in front of the rack in the mirror, that you're just like, I don't know, just poop, just drops them right on the floor right there." I'm like,
no, you can drop them if they're heavy, but you shouldn't be right there.
Yeah, they were.
So,
but either way.
Yeah, you pick them up, you take them back. Okay. Don't block the whole thing. It is not your row of dumbbells. That's the problem we have here. We got a lot of people who think it's your row of dumbbells. It's your machine. It's not your thing. It's not yours. Okay. You pay 10 or 20 bucks to get into this place. It's not yours. You got to share with everybody. So get over yourself, get over your ego, get over whatever the fuck you are thinking you are. Cause no. Yeah. And it is not your time to this is not your time for this while you're waiting. No, I literally I watch some guy every night. This guy, he's not young either. He's like 50, 60 years old. And he sits there. This motherfucker takes forever to work out. I swear to God, it takes him 30 minutes between everything. He sits on stuff and just does Facebook. And I look at him, and the other day I said real loud to him, like, "That's why you look like that."
Good for you.
I'm like, I've seen you here for 3 years. You haven't changed a thing. I said, "That's why you look like that."
Did he acknowledge you or anything?
No, because he's got earbuds in. I just say stuff to people all the time. They got earbuds in. They don't hear anything, but I come up behind them. I say stuff. I'm like, "That's why your ass is so fucking fat. Because you're not moving. You're here at a gym."
Oh, and
Like,
here I'm the person.
That's why you got so much fucking cellulite. Okay.
Okay. Just so you know, they may actually hear you, and I hope they do.
I don't care.
I'm just saying I have the active shit I turn on, so I can hear people around me. I know. I just think it's funny. So I hope they hear you because they should know they're being an idiot and their ass is big for a reason.
No, it's unbelievable. And then here's another one. Okay, here's another one. Here, when people are behind you, like the equipment's usually layered. So you've got the mirror, right? Here, mirror, and then benches here, and then you got the cables back here. So be aware of your surroundings. Be physically aware of what's around you. So if you have people back here doing stuff on cables, looking in the line of sight here with the mirror, usually the benches are juxtapositioned here to not line up where somebody would be right here with the cables unless somebody moved them. Don't stand dead square in the middle of somebody here to here. This person's lifting. Here's a mirror. Don't stand and go boop right here and do your thing so that this person can't see what they're doing anymore. Okay. That is actually extraordinarily rude. Okay.
I see that too.
I do too.
I see it mostly at your gym.
Sometimes it's 3 guys right here. Just like eclipsing like one person. What? You see what?
I see mostly that at your gym.
My gym's full of assholes. Yeah. My gym is full of assholes. I cannot wait until they build another gym.
There is another gym open by you. I looked up, but
I feel like we're stuck. We're stuck with just one gym, and when they get another one, I'm gonna go because I hate this gym. It's a fitness center. These corporate fitness centers, they don't do anything to back up the people either. It's a fitness center.
Well, what I don't understand too is it's corporate. I understand that if it's a small gym, other things are different, that they may only have one machine, right? Of one particular thing. But a corporate company that has 20 treadmills, one bicycle, one pec deck, and we had 2 leg press machines and they took one out. So that's my point. Is so they have all the things. Okay, anytime I've even been into my gym, there's a shitload of treadmills, a shitload of all these other things. But they don't have more than 1 or 2 of pec decks or things like that actually do something worthy.
They're the worst. Yeah, well,
and you don't see all those treadmills.
They're not run by anybody who works out. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
and then it's almost like
treadmills full. So,
but let me go down the list of gym etiquette here, okay?
Yes,
just so people know. Don't smell. So and this means cologne and perfume. Do not come in with a ton of cologne and perfume on, or smell like cigarettes, or just stink in general. Just don't. Stay home if you're sick. I mean, we don't have to do that anymore, but stay home if you're sick. If you're an influencer and you're doing the whole video thing, choose your timing. Choose your timing wisely on that one. Re-rack your weights. Okay. Your mom doesn't live here. Your mom does not live at the gym. If you can pick it up, you can put it back. So clean up your shit. Here's one that the guys wrote. I don't know. Don't do bicep curls in a squat rack. So squat racks are for squats. It is not for biceps. There are minimal amounts. There are minimal squat racks. Do not sit there and do biceps in there. Don't hoard equipment. Do not claim a bench, a set of dumbbells, a cable machine all at once during peak hours. Supersets are fine, but be reasonable if the gym is packed. So my gym doesn't even want you doing supersets, huh?
So that's fair. I mean, if it's swamp.
Yeah, I do that. I claim a bunch of things because I'm doing a superset because I want to be in and out in 20 minutes. But if somebody needs to work in, they're welcome to work in. I also keep moving. I do not stop. So there's no breaks. So unload your bar. Obviously put the dumbbells back, step away from the dumbbell rack. So if you're standing 2 inches from the rack doing lateral raises, you are physically blocking 15 pairs of dumbbells. So if the person behind you is waiting for the 25s and is staring at the back of your head, calculating how quickly they can sneak in without getting bonked in the conch, it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Don't drop the dumbbells unless you're in a hardcore powerlifting gym or CrossFit box. Dropping dumbbells destroys the focus of everyone around you and scares the cardio bunnies. And it'll break the weights if you do it often enough. And might I add, don't drop the weight on the cables. If you can't handle the amount that you're doing on the cables to where you have to drop it and rattle the machine for everybody, and it's loud and piercing, lighten the weight up.
Right.
So you're not doing it right. So form matters more than weight. Don't hog equipment if you're not using it. You are not allowed to use benches and equipment as sofas. Let's see. Return attachments. So after you're done with your lat pull downs or anything else, if you have extra handles, return them to the rack. No unsolicited advice. So unless someone is in immediate danger of snapping their spine, keep your coaching cues to yourself. Working in between sets. Working in, which means using the same piece of equipment while the other person rests, saves time and builds camaraderie. It's a hallmark of civilized gym society. It is perfectly acceptable gym etiquette to ask someone if you can jump in between their sets. So
that should be like all over a gym.
Yeah. So in a pin loaded machine or dumbbell exercise, anything where it's easy and fast to change weights, on a plate loaded machine like a leg press, it's acceptable, but only if you lift roughly around the same weights. If they're pressing 800, leg pressing 800 pounds and you're doing 200 pounds, stripping the plates back and forth will take longer than the actual workout. So unless you're ready to do the strip and load their 800 pounds, you should probably wait.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So consider that. It works the other way around too. If the gym is packed and you're doing half a dozen sets with long rests and you see someone eyeing your equipment, you should ask if they want to work in. Don't stare. It's rude.
Yeah.
And everyone's at different journeys in their gym life. So don't stare. Let's see. Limit your grunting. Some noise on a heavy lift is normal and improves performance. So grunting and even swearing can boost strength and power, according to a bunch of different studies. I strongly disagree with gyms that put a ban on even the smallest. But screaming like a banshee is seeking attention. Let's see. Spotting someone. Should be able to spot somebody. Mirror etiquette. If someone's lifting and facing the mirror, they're likely using their reflection for balance and cues. If you stand between the lifter and their reflection, you are now an obstacle. So you are allowed to walk past someone mid-set. You don't have to wait for them to finish all 15 reps. Just don't walk in front of them or stop to check your phone. So let's see what else.
Those are all good things.
Yeah. It's a gym, not your movie studio. If you're filming yourself, which is fine, make sure your tripod is not blocking a walkway and don't get angry if someone walks into the frame. It's not a movie set. If someone is pacing back and forth and muttering to themselves before a heavy deadlift, give them at least 5 feet of space. If someone is doing cleans or snatches, stay at least 6 to 8 feet away in all directions. Olympic lifters have to drop the bar or jump backwards on a regular basis. If you stand too close, you're part of the accident report. Don't set up your mat 6 inches from someone else in an empty room. It's really weird. Also, treadmill and cardio equipment etiquette. If there's a row of empty treadmills, get on every other one. Don't get right next to somebody if there are other treadmills.
I know that's
available.
weird.
That's
see that.
just
Yeah.
really fucking weird.
It is weird.
Again, it says it again. Don't sit on equipment to doom scroll.
They have chairs, like if you want to go doom scrolls in lobby areas.
There's a huge difference between allowing your body to recover from a near-death squat attempt and forgetting you're in a public gym because social media algorithm has you in a chokehold.
There you go.
Yeah. Changing the song, setting a timer, replying to an urgent text, or tracking your lifts in strength log between sets is fine. But if you need to doom scroll, do it on the stretching maps. So I agree with that. And I think more people need to know basic gym etiquette.
Agree.
So, and stop wiping the seats down unless you shit yourself.
I hate that. Now I have to go get a towel, dry it off.
Yeah.
Bring it up with a wet
You're giving women yeast infections.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. Right.
You're giving the females yeast and what's the other one?
Urinary
tract infections with wet clothes. Yeah, we don't want that.
No,
with chemicals down there. So
no thanks.
Yeah, I really wish gyms would teach people how to properly wipe
when they do
down.
the tours, when you go into gyms, that's when they should be teaching.
Just like we just they're like, fuck you, pay me.
Give me your money.
Yeah, just give me your money. So
did you have anything else you wanted to cover? We have, I know we're going to be working on that Valentine's show because when this gets aired, don't forget, we're going to be right there. So at Valentine's. So, we hope that we are excited. We will do something special for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So
I know I've taken a poll as to what to talk about on Valentine's Day, and we do a half and half, like people who love celebrating it and people who have a thing because they're single and all of that. And personally, we're all doing Galentine's Day.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
But I also, there's somebody put in a thing. They're like, well, why don't you talk about buying the girlfriend experience, getting a hooker? And I was like,
okay,
all right then. I never thought about that, but I would imagine that day is probably a really busy day for I guess you're not supposed to say a hooker, for sex workers.
I was going to say a male escort for me.
Sex worker.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess nothing's off the table. I mean,
no, that's actually valid.
Do you see? Like I saw something years ago. I forget. It was like, HBO used to run all those weird shows about all kinds of things. There was one about like weird careers. There was one where you could have a career as a hugger.
Oh, I remember that.
I was like,
yes.
It was like one of their many sex shows, or like taxi cab confessions, like all the weird stuff they used to put up that was so freaking fascinating. So yeah, you could have a career as a snuggler.
I think you still can.
Can you?
I think so. I'm looking it up because I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Physical touch is important, right? So
how to become a professional cuddler, comprehensive guide.
That's it.
Yeah,
a cuddler.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here it is, cuddlercareer.com.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
you could cuddle somebody and rub their back.
Yep, you sure can. Yeah.
So hire a cuddler.
I don't want that.
Who does a back rub? It gives you a back rub and plays with your hair. Like
that would be awesome. So that is some of the things we might be talking about. Don't say anymore. About on Valentine's special. So we have all kinds of conversations.
Well, you would have to book it ahead of time. They probably get booked out pretty far. So we're giving you.
Oh, that's true.
I would think that would be a big book. I mean, we're doing a Valentine's Day show the Tuesday before that Saturday. So if that's something you're interested in,
you could just be in a diaper all day too. There's those places.
There are places like that. There was like a whole thing.
Sure.
I saw that. We should do a whole.
Yeah. You can rent a diaper room. So yes.
I would not want to be in a diaper all day long. I don't even living in Florida. I don't even like being in like my gym clothes when they're wet. Thanks, guys, for not wiping things down. I don't like that. So as soon as I get home, I just rip my stuff off. I'm like, yeah, no, I would not like that at all.
As soon as I get home from work, I change all my clothes out.
Yeah, I My wardrobe is like mostly pajamas.
Really?
It's like I got 3 things. It's like no four things. It's heavily pajamas, which are mostly slips because it's hot here. So it's pajamas, stretchy pants, gym clothes, right? Slutty dresses for conventions and stuff, and then Ren Fair cosplay. So it falls generally into one of those 4 categories. And there's like the occasional, like, I don't know, sweater.
I was going to say like you're wearing now because it's
right.
cold.
Yeah.
So,
but those are my 4 main things. Yeah. And then, of course, there's a whole closet box full of dog t-shirts and dog sweaters. I've got quite the collection now for the dogs.
That's funny.
So, yeah, Max is not even, he was not even with me tonight. He's sitting in front of I have the little floor heater thing.
Oh, I was just wondering. Oh, is he?
I put the bed in front of the heater.
Oh, no wonder. Okay. Oh,
he's just like,
I would be sitting there too.
I'm not doing this. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, I totally understand. Speaking of that, there was just one other thing. You had a good tip for people with snow in snow areas of what to put on there. And then if you want to sign off.
Yes, bubble wrap. Pick up some bubble wrap. Get a big piece of bubble wrap and put it across your windshield if you know it's going to snow. You can tuck the pieces into, each side of the door or whatever. If you know it's going to snow, get up in the morning, rip it up, shake it off, reuse it. So it saves you from dealing with snow and ice. And one of my Canadian friends said Pam will do the same thing. So spraying Pam.
Oh, I think I've heard that before.
Yeah.
But it does something to your windshield too, I heard over time. I remember that in Pennsylvania. Yeah. People were getting like,
that greases up your windshield.
Huh?
Yeah, I think, but don't you have to clean it afterwards?
Yes, you do. So if it's something like you're going to be stuck in the house for a while, that's one thing. But honestly, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to hear their if they have a comeback for that one.
Okay.
I just remember thinking it's greasy, and you got to clean your windshield. So
yeah, because we use Pam for photo shoots. So when we do swimsuit shoots, we use Pam because it looks like oil, but it doesn't get absorbed in your skin unevenly like oil. So they spray it on us. Because it reflects the light back. So you could be in the water and still have the Pam on you and it stays. And when you bounce the light back off of the body with a reflective agent, it makes the skin appear more smooth. So it hides flaws like scars and cellulite and, dimples, wrinkles, anything. It makes the skin look a lot smoother. That's part of the trick with Playboy. They don't do as much retouching as you'd think. They use Nivea. So they have somebody there that puts Nivea on the girls. So there was a guy that put Nivea all over me for Playboy because Nivea is so emollient, it reflects everything back. So
that's interesting. Well, there's a trick that you didn't know that you just learned today.
Right. And P. Diddy used baby oil. So, hey.
That's true. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. And Pam. So yeah, I wouldn't use Pam on my windshield. Maybe a back window, but I wouldn't care about a back window or side windows. But I wouldn't use it on my windshield because it'd be weird. I don't know unless they know something I don't. So bubble wrap sounds like a great idea because you can reuse it and you don't have to keep spending money on it. So
and when spring comes, you can step on it. It goes pop, 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 and it's great. It's very satisfying.
And there was jokes going around because of this morning of about people with the ice scrapers down here. And because Northern Florida had snow, but we had ice here today.
Yes.
So I remember
people taking butter knives out there and trying to scrape it.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different tactics we use down here. I actually have an ice scraper because I lived up north, so I use an ice scraper when I do it. I dig a hole and I go down the road, and then I'll lose the rest as I go. And I still do the same thing. I'm north. I don't waste no fucking time. Just out the door I go. I don't spend time. I don't go out early. And like you were saying, go out early and put fuck that. I'm too lazy.
I don't understand why you won't just go out in your room and start your car and put the thing on.
Because it takes time. It takes time to put shoes on, robe on, run outside, do it, come back in, and there's like 5 minutes gone. So in that 5 minutes, I could be dressed.
Nope, that takes me 30 seconds. Run out, turn that thing on, come right back in. It does not take 5 minutes.
It's like taking something out of my routine. And then
go out barefoot. Just suck it up and then go.
Here's what I do then. Because when I take something out of my routine, I then forget my glasses. And it's like a guarantee. I'll go
Oh.
down the road, turn around, come back, say I don't have my glasses on. And when did I do that? Not that long ago. I did it at your house. I went down the road, had to come back. Where's my glasses? And so
Okay.
that's just anyway, just who I am. I know this. So, but anyway,
Okay.
bubble wrap.
All right. Well, anyway, bubble wrap. Yes. So stay sane, stay warm.
Yes.
And I guess we will see you live next Tuesday. So thank you for everybody being here. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it. Yes, this is pre-taped. So, sorry for that. But we love you. We love you enough to have done a pre-tape for you instead of done a rerun. So there's that.
Yes.
So come see me on, patreon.com, April Hunter. I am updating all the time. And I would love to see you over there. You can support me for free. Of course, we love it when you're on a paid tier, but you can be on a free tier too. And it's a way to stay in touch. These days, you never know how it goes because sometimes you lose outlets. One day you're there, another day you're like, oh, that didn't work. That doesn't exist anymore. So it's nice to be able to stay in touch with people. Yeah. Remember MySpace?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yahoo groups. Yeah. Even my own website. So yes. Anyway, so thank you. We will definitely see you next Tuesday and stay out of trouble or don't get caught.
Right.
Thanks everybody for being here. Mwah.